Welcome to the 100% Podcast. I am your host, Nick, and I'm joined by my three co-hosts. We got Ben D. We got
Hey, buddy.
Ben Z.
Hi.
Oh, I thought you were AFK. All right, and then we also have Quentin. All right.
How's it going?
Fuck.
Also joining me today,
Nice.
we have our special guest, the one and only Jordan Baker, or DJ Fizz, as he's known online.
What it do?
He was gracious enough to join us for this first episode of the 100% Podcast. We're paying him a lot of money to be here, of course. And so we're just going to get started. First order of business, we're going to get to know everybody a little bit. We're going to establish a baseline. And so we're going to go around each person. I want everybody to say their first name or their alias, their occupation, their general hobbies, and where you're from. So, Quentin, why don't you kick us off?
Well, I'm a dental assistant. Hobbies, I guess, video games, golf, hunting, outdoors type stuff. And what was the last one?
Where you're from.
Oh, Washington State.
Yep, there you go. Ben D.
Hey, everybody. I'm Ben D. I'm from Washington, as is the rest of us. I like doing outdoorsy type of stuff. I like to work. I work a lot. You know, I got a pretty awesome job. You know what I mean?
What is your job?
Nice.
I thought you hated
Oh.
your job.
That's very true. You know, I dig holes. I mow fields. I get the good work done. I'm saving the world one field
One
at a
field
time.
There you go.
Do you have an official title for your job?
I am
Laborer,
a
probably.
hour by hour wage employee.
All right, perfect. Benzi.
I am from Washington State.
This is
I'm a
shock.
window salesman.
We'll get into it.
All right.
Love to golf, play video games, outdoorsy stuff.
We're all basically the same people.
We're gonna have to get into that.
Yeah, Zim, but we're gonna get into that.
All right.
Oh,
And then for me, my name's Nick. I'm a United States Marine photographer. I am from Washington, but I don't live there. And my hobbies are pretty much the same. Love camping. I love photography and videography. I love golf, and fishing's fun too. So DJ Fizz, you're up next.
I'm DJ Fizz. I am also from Washington, like every other person apparently in this podcast. My hobbies include long walks on the beach and playing the guitar badly, and I'm a YouTuber.
All right, Tinder it is.
Nice.
Oh.
Cool.
All right, so we're gonna just jump right into it. First question for DJ Fizz. All right, I've seen on your Snapchats recently, you've been talking a lot and on your vlogs about you're moving. All right, you're moving to Denver, Colorado, which I think is actually a great choice because when I drove through there, like a month and a half ago, I actually want to move to Denver because it was a really nice place there. I love the mountains. I love the lakes and everything. The people seem nice. So why is it you're moving there?
So I got, well, I guess I should back up a bit first. I applied about 2 months ago for an internship at this radio program. And at first I got denied. But then last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, they contacted me and was like, yeah, we want you. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll be there at the end of August when my friends go down because they're going to be doing some schooling stuff there too. So they're going to let me crash with them.
Okay.
So is it going to be a rent-free type deal, or?
No, we haven't fully discussed rent, but I'm definitely gonna help out with groceries and pay some rent.
Okay.
So this radio job, is this a host or is this a behind the scenes? Do you have any idea of what you're doing?
It starts off the first month as behind the scenes learning this stuff, and then the second month I get to host my own sports program.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What do you have any idea what kind of sports you're going to be covering?
No idea.
So it's just is it more like a local thing, or is it you're covering different sports events going on in the nation? Or is
A little
it like
bit of
the
both.
Denver Broncos are playing this and the Denver basketball team, whatever it is? So is it more
Denver
local
Nuggets.
based?
It's mainly just like stuff in Denver, but I'm pretty sure we'll be covering some more like national stuff too.
Okay, that's
Okay.
cool.
And it
Yeah.
is just a local station, you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But still, that's pretty damn cool.
Is this a paid internship?
Yeah, it is actually. I'm not quite sure. I think it's just minimum wage, but I'm
To
not
start, yeah, probably.
sure. Yeah.
Okay,
No, that's cool.
pretty sweet.
I didn't know if you were moving, because of any other external factor,
Oh,
but
no.
it's pretty cool that you're moving due to a job opportunity.
Yeah.
So I think this is like a great kind of segue. So I'm wondering how like who you're currently living with or your parents, how they're taking it. So could you go into a little bit about the situation with your parents? Because I honestly don't know exactly what's happened. I just remember seeing on Snapchat and on your vlogs like things like there was some tension or something, and then like you weren't able to post for a while. So could you go into kind of, if you're comfortable, what happened like broadly with that and what's developed?
Yeah. Yeah, so back near the beginning of the year, I did a prank on my brother where it was I had like 1,000 sticky notes and I completely sticky noted his room. And he didn't take too well to it. Some words were exchanged, and I ended up just packing up my stuff and leaving. I lived with my friends for a bit, and then rent there got way too high, so now I'm living with my grandma.
Nice.
Okay.
Wait, so how old is your brother?
He is 13.
Oh my gosh.
So
I would think
you
that's
played a prank-
awesome getting my room like
Yeah,
it's not that hard of a cleanup, to be honest.
Exactly.
Imagine
And it
it's
wasn't
not
like I was leaving to go do something. I told him I was gonna clean it up.
So did you
Yeah.
live at the time? Did you live with your brother and then mom and dad in the house?
Yeah, at the time of the prank, yeah.
And what did your parents think about that?
Oh, as usual, they sided with my brother. Like, it's not a funny prank, it's dumb. And I'm just like, but it makes great content. And then they're like, you're not uploading that. We'll take you to court.
What?
And I was like, wow.
Wow. Over sticky notes in a room. That's a bit
Yeah.
much.
So
Mhm.
so you've had some pretty some issues with your parents. It sounds like for a while. Then, if they were willing to bring you to
Yeah.
court over sticky notes, it sounds like it's been pretty bad for a
Yeah.
while.
Oh, yeah.
So would you say it's been like beneficial for you to be away from your parents?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Did they support you as a creator?
Not at first. They still don't see it as like a legit form of employment, but they're slowly coming around.
Do
Would they? Sorry.
No, you can go for it.
So would they believe it more of as a form of employment if you could show, like a pay stub? Like if you were to like receive a pay stub every month, with a certain amount of money on it, whatever. I don't know, but would they tend to believe you if you were to show them that?
Yeah, I feel like they'd believe it more as like a form of employment if I was making a lot more than I do. I
Yeah.
don't make that much right now, but any form of income is good income. So
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So, because I've heard a lot of YouTubers, they say like, oh, their parents don't believe in YouTube in general being a job, but obviously there
Yeah.
are tons of creators that make like millions of dollars. So do they acknowledge that YouTube can be a job in general, and they just are reluctant because of your channel size at the moment, or do they just not recognize YouTube at all? Like, are they that disconnected?
I feel like they don't recognize YouTube at all as like a form of employment, that it's just something people do for fun, but they'll be making money elsewhere that you can't actually make money off of it.
Okay, I got you. How?
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are your parents?
That's a good question.
Ballpark it.
I
Yeah,
think my
yeah,
mom's
ballpark.
like 43, 44, and my stepdad is like 40.
Okay.
Okay, so they're not too old.
Yeah, that's
they're
a
not,
little on the younger side
Yeah.
for how old you are, especially. Because I know my parents, they're like mid-50s, so like they grew up on like a farm, and they're not too in tune with technology in a lot of ways. So like they'd be that way too, I think. where they just don't understand YouTube. So I thought maybe age would play a factor in it, but it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, no, they're just very like closed-minded about the way things should be. You know?
And so was all of this going on while we were still in high school?
Yes and no. It was more towards the end of high school, like the last 3 months. Really is the worst part of it.
So basically, once you graduated, you were already out of their house.
No.
Were you on your way out at that point?
Yeah, once I graduated, I started looking for ways to like move out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how does your grandmother take it? Because we were talking about like the whole age to YouTube like correlation. So is your grandmother like just as disconnected as your parents, or is she kind of like, you know, listen to you and kind of take it in?
Surprisingly, my grandma is very supportive of it. I believe that she thinks that it's a good way to make a lot of money, which is kind of ironic when you think about it, because usually it'd be the other way around.
Yeah, it does sound that, you know, I find that sometimes your grandparent is more supportive in certain areas than your actual parents.
That's true.
Like
Yeah.
I go to my grandma and say, "Hey, grandma, I want to go buy a $1,400 driver for golfing." You'd go, "Go for it, honey. I love you so much."
Grandmas just rock, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
So
to think
true.
of it, I don't think my grandparents have ever like not supported me in anything. I remember when I was like, probably, I still lived in Idaho, so I was probably like 7 or something, and I asked my mom and dad for Christmas for a Bratz Barbie doll, because I was so jealous of my sister. I have an older sister who's 5 years older than me, and she was always playing with dolls and stuff at my grandma's house, and I felt left out, and I didn't think anything of it, like that dolls are bad and boys shouldn't play with dolls or whatever. So I asked my parents for a Bratz doll. My dad said, "Hell no, my son ain't playing with no fucking Bratz doll." And so then I told my grandma. I was like upset about it, and this was at my grandma's house. I told her about it. She's like, "You know what? I got you." And she like slips me a Bratz doll like a week after Christmas, in the mail. And I think she like planned the whole thing with my mom around my dad, because then my mom secretly passed it to me, and then I didn't even end up playing with it that much, so it was kind of pointless. But point is, Grammy had my back. All right, dude. She was down to let me play with dolls.
Well, I'm proud that she did, and you didn't play with her very much, but you wouldn't be the man you are today.
Yeah, that should be a good headline. U.S. Marine used to play with Bratz dolls. It's a weird correlation.
U.S. Marine still plays with dolls? Question mark.
Okay, don't
All right.
clickbait me now.
Wow.
Oh no, I'm the next vlog title. That's not good.
Yeah.
Marine did what to me?
The U.S. Marine bought me what for Christmas?
Okay, so while we're on the topic of income and living situations and all that, so how many different forms of income do you have on a general basis?
Oh boy, I'd say ballpark estimate about 5 different
4?
forms of
Okay.
revenue.
And
Yeah.
are they all a constant flow every week or month or however it works?
No. YouTube is the only one that's a constant flow. The rest of them are slow adding up stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So I noticed you were doing a lot of DoorDash. I haven't seen it recently, but like on Snapchat.
Yeah.
You were doing DoorDash. Are you still doing that? Is that one of the forms of income?
Okay, so, well, yes and no. Yes, it's still a form of my income. No, I haven't been doing it because DoorDash dropped the ball, and back July 1st, I had to order a new credit card for DoorDash because I lost mine. And they were like, all right, it'll be here in 3 days. And I'm still waiting for it to come in.
So, what do you mean a DoorDash credit card? Or is it just a credit card that DoorDash is depositing the money into?
Yeah, it's more of a charge card, I guess it'd be called.
Oh.
You would, yeah, that way you, because sometimes the DoorDash orders doesn't go through the system, so you would use the charge card to pay for the food, and then it's a whole system.
So it eliminates the hassle of having to have
Yeah.
their payment source
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting because I was actually like a month ago, just for fun to try to make extra income. I was driving for Uber Eats, and they actually do it like a totally different way.
Yeah?
They work directly with the business, and then the payment is just handled behind the scenes. So like I go to McDonald's and I would just I would tell them I'm here for Uber Eats, and I'd have like a code that if they needed it, and then the whole payment just never even touched me. So that's interesting that they wire it differently. That's also
Yeah,
kind of
but that's
shitty though,
only-
because now you're in that situation.
Yeah, but that's only for like specific restaurants though. Some of the restaurants I go to, it is like that, but it all depends on how their system is set up for that specific place.
Is DoorDash popular in the city you're in?
Yeah, it's very popular.
It is? Okay, because I know that Uber
Yeah.
Eats was just like it was the most popular out of all the different companies like DoorDash and Grubhub and all that, and Postmates. It was the most popular here, but even that, I was rarely getting orders, which was really bizarre.
Yeah.
So, and I know
Yeah,
your
that's-
city's not like that big, so that's
Wow.
interesting. How is the income? Is it worth it, you would say, for how much time you're putting in and the gas money and stuff?
It honestly depends. Like there are some weeks where I'll only make 100 a week, whereas other times I'll make 200-300. It depends on the time of day that you do it and the time of like the month that you do it. If there's like events going on, so sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So, continuing on with like types of income and stuff, what I want to talk about your merch, all right?
Okay.
Because that could be a source of income if you're moving a lot
Yeah.
of merch. But obviously you're not like a huge YouTuber, so is merch like how's the merch game going? Are you selling merch, or it's just kind of like you're hoping to?
Yeah. The way that the merch actually works is about 90% of the money that I make from the merch goes back into creating more merchandise, and then I get 10% of it. It's more of just, for me anyway, the merchandise isn't a form of revenue. It's more of a way to thank people for subscribing. It's like, hey, here's some tokens of stuff if you want to like represent that you're a supporter of the channel,
Mm-hmm.
That's why I try to sell them for as cheap as the company I go through will let me.
Yeah, I know those companies like Teespring and Custom Ink and stuff. They really don't. They're kind of expensive, honestly. They're a little
Yeah,
pricey.
I know that for the DJ Fizz hoodie that I have, I only make about $3 per purchase, and then the rest of it goes back into creating more merchandise.
How many sales do you have for your merchandise?
It all depends on the product. On average, I get about 5 to 10 sales per product.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good, actually.
It could be a lot
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised. I'm actually surprised to hear that because I don't know. I mean, obviously 5,000 subs is a lot, but getting those
Yeah.
subs to like actually pay for like physical items, that's like a pretty big feat.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good though, for sure. So what are your like other forms of revenue? You said you had like 5 or 6, if you don't mind going into that a little bit.
I do have sponsorship or affiliate program sponsorships with Amazon, with SeedGeek, and then with TubeBuddy. So, those are my other ones that I do.
TubeBuddy?
Yeah. TubeBuddy is a program that you can get on Google Chrome. It's an extension that will give you tips on how to promote your videos, what type of tags you should use, basically ways to promote your video.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh,
I never heard of that.
Okay, that's that extension you recommended to me the other day. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So like
So-
going. Oh, sorry. Go for it.
Oh, with those affiliate things, do you make anything off those, really?
Yes and no. Like I mentioned earlier, it adds up over time. Every time somebody clicks on my link, I get 2 cents per click. So
Okay.
I don't make a lot, but I do make something.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and if you don't start it somewhere, then you have
Yeah.
to. It's a process to build it up. So you gotta start
Yeah.
somewhere. So I want to move into your content a little more. So you're doing like kind of the short form vlogs right now, almost like David Dobrik style.
Yeah.
Are you thinking you're gonna stick with that, or are you gonna try to experiment with anything? I know you did like a little diss track recently. Are you gonna try to move into more stuff like that? Like, where are you trying to expand your brand?
My plan right now is to do the vlogs, kind of David Dobrik style, but I want to make them more about 6 to 8 minutes long rather than 4 minutes. Because personally, when I'm watching them, they seem really short, so I don't want it to be too short but not too long. You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I remember when I was still in high school, your vlogs, I swear to God, were like 18 minutes long.
Okay. Yeah. That's actually very correct. My vlogs would be anywhere from 15 to about 20 minutes per video, except for one video I did where it was 31 minutes long.
Oh,
That's rough. I told you
Well,
this
I
the
know,
other
but-
day.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
You wanna know
majority
how
of
many-
content on YouTube now is 20 to 30 minutes of video, even
Yeah.
vlog style videos,
yeah.
Is it?
which is I
Yeah,
mean, I feel like all the content I watch is at least above 10 minutes because they try to hit that monetization mark.
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned that because on my Snapchat I had asked people to give me vlog ideas on YOLO, which is an
Mhm.
anonymous contacting app type deal, and I got this message. Let's see if it'll load up. Basically, what it said is that they believe that the longer the video, the happier people will be. When honestly, that's not true at all. That's a huge misconception.
Yeah, I can't sit through like the 28-minute videos. I skip around most of the time.
Really?
If
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're
if I
skipping
wanted
like
to-
mid rolls too. If you're skipping
Yeah.
around the video, that's a problem.
If I wanted to watch a 30-minute video, I just turn on the TV, you know?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I feel like it really depends on what content you make. Like for
That's true.
vlogs, if you're going for like a comedic vlog vibe, I don't think you want it to be long. I think
Yeah.
long form content is for like when you need to tell like a story or something like that. And even then, I don't like it to be longer than 15 minutes personally. I just
Yeah.
don't watch
Yeah.
videos that long. I mean, I don't really like to skip around much. I just like to watch, the video in its entirety. So anything longer than like 15 minutes, I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I'm really dedicating a lot of time, and I just don't know. So yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely like where you're going in that direction with the shorter vlogs. I think it'll definitely
Mhm.
help growth. Even if you're not able to, cram as many mid rolls
Yeah.
in, your retention rate is going to be higher, which I think will just help your channel grow because no one wants to watch content that you're just like stretching out to hit the 10-minute mark or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would definitely stick with that. I think it's a good way to go. But I mean, it's always good to experiment too, and look at the data.
Yeah.
So another thing I was noticing is I noticed you've been using YOLO a lot on Snapchat, and I also noticed, I don't know, it was a couple days ago now, I think, or it was 2 days ago. I don't know. Time flies. But I noticed that, most of it seems pretty nice, but at the same time, I don't know how much bad negativity is coming from that. So can you comment a little bit on that?
I get mainly positive feedback from people, but I do find that since YOLO it specifically is anonymous, that I do get more hate on it. Like somebody had commented earlier, like a few days ago, about my appearance, my
Mhm.
appearance, if I could speak English, and honestly, it's comments like that that don't they get to me, but
Yeah.
they don't get to me, you know?
Yeah, no, that's hard. It's hard not to
Yeah.
take something like that. Like, hey, why do you wear flip flops every day to school? It's like, yeah, I don't care. I like flip flops, but at the same time, it's just like, God, is that what people really think about me? The guy that wears flip flops every day. So
Honestly.
I know what you feel there. I mean, I can definitely see how people could try to tear you down or push you off of whatever pedestal they think you're on.
Yeah, it's really funny because I had commented on that specific one on my Snapchat,
Mhm.
and more people went to my YOLO, and they were like, man, just ignore them. Forget the haters. They're only doing it for clout. And I'm just like, that is so true, and it's dumb of them to do so because I don't even know who they are. So the clout
Yeah.
goes nowhere.
Yeah, how are they
Yeah.
getting clout? Because they can't like talk themselves up if no one knows who they are. You know, that doesn't really make sense. But also, I feel like it's especially hard for you, like getting that hate, because if you look at larger creators that have like a following, they kind of have, or like a large following. I mean, like a really large following. It's easy for them to have like some like oomph behind what they're doing. Like they have a lot of supporters already, and so they have that baseline. But where you're like more on the starting out side of like YouTube and the big picture, you don't have kind of the ammunition that like a big vlogger would have. And then you're just type of content where you're sharing your life and stuff. I mean, it does make you vulnerable. I mean, people can see things about your life and they can use them against you. So
Yeah.
it does kind of suck, the position you're in with that. But it's good that you're not getting like a ton of hate. It's just a few like bad apples, honestly.
Yeah, which there's always gonna be.
Do you think you don't have a lot of bad apples because you just maintain who you let follow on your Snapchat well? Or do you think it's just the little like community you built is generally supportive?
I feel like it's the community themselves, because what I actually have set up is I have a friends only story and then a public story. So the public story, anybody that adds me can see, where I don't have to add them back for them to see my story. So I mainly post my YOLOs on the public story, and overall it's just the community. They're nice.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Nice.
So I've had a burning question
All right.
since I
Oh, no.
heard your name.
No.
Why is DJ in your name?
You're a vlogger.
Yeah, what's
it's
up
a valid
with that?
question.
DJ
Yeah.
Fizz.
You
Okay,
blog.
so-
Okay, where'd it come from?
It's very funny because that's literally the reversed version of the question I'm always asked. People always ask, why are you called Fizz? No one's ever asked me about DJ before. DJ is just actually a name that I've wanted to go by before I even did YouTube. It just sounded better to me. And so when I made the channel, I knew no matter what, DJ was going to be in the name. And
So
then,
you like DJ
that-
more as like a name, like AJ or CJ, rather
yeah,
than a title of someone who is a DJ.
for sure. Yeah, that's
Okay.
I get confused for like a disc jockey all the time. They're like,
Yeah.
"Yo, you're a DJ. You want to work for my club or something?" And I'm like, "I'm not a DJ. I am DJ."
Okay.
So it's almost like your initials or something.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, that would suck
Not
if
a
your
DJ,
actual name
I'm
is
the
like
DJ.
DJ. People are
Yeah.
just hitting you up. That's funny.
Okay, then why Fizz?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Oh, there,
hit 'em with
there
the
as it
other
was.
question.
Ben December
What?
was actually there when I came up with the name. I don't know if you remember. We were in our science class freshman year, and our teacher gave us a worksheet, and on the worksheet it said "fizz it up." So I took that, and I thought it would make a good slogan. So I tried to find a way to use it, and I thought, if I put Fizz in my name, maybe it would work. And that's just how I came up with DJ Fizz.
Okay.
And it
then-
just stuck.
Yeah, it just stuck, you know?
Gotcha. Do you think you'll ever change it?
Honestly, I've made videos in the past about wanting to completely rebrand the channel, and I've always came back to DJ Fizz because that's literally what everyone knows me by. So
Yeah.
I don't think I could, even if I wanted to,
Yeah.
because plus I have all the merch out, and if I was to change now, I'd
Oh,
have
that's
to
true.
take it all down and redo all the merchandise.
That makes sense.
That's true.
Yeah, it's like it's a staple of me now. That's what I'll be known by.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you're like you're happy with the DJ Fizz name? Because like
Oh,
you
yeah.
said, you were like considering changing it previously.
Yeah, I am happy with the name. The only reason I had considered ever changing it is because when I'm in public, people would be making jokes about the name, and every now and then I get fed up with it and be like, you know what, it's time to change the name. And then, everyone's like, no, no, you can't change it. And we just be like, all right, we won't change it. So we kept it. By we, I mean me. I don't know why I said we.
Okay. Anybody
So-
else have anything to add?
Sounded like Ben was gonna say something.
Yeah, go for it, Ben. Just about this before we like change topics.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, sorry. I'll change topic.
Okay. All right. So I actually want to go into. We're gonna move a little bit away from talking about Jordan and like his channel, and I just want to react to kind of a cool video that has been surfacing this week, and there's like a big thing going on about it. So go ahead and click on the watch together link in Discord. As soon as everyone's in here, I'll load the video in. So this video took place at what's called a Bagel Boss. I don't remember the location of it. But there's a dude named Chris Morgan. He's known for being a piece of shit. He has like a little bit of an internet personality. He wasn't popular before this, but he posted other videos to the internet. And he's really short. You'll see in the video that he's fucking short. And I guess that has withered away at him. And let's just watch. Here it is.
Why is it okay for women to say, oh, you're 5 feet on dating sites? You should be dead? That's okay?
Nobody.
Women in general have said it on dating sites. You think I'm making that shit up?
All right, can we appreciate? Look at the cabinet in the back. Those things are like 4.5 feet tall.
Oh
so
my god.
This guy is like I'm guessing under 5 feet.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
at this bagel store, and I saw a video of this. It's like the lead up to this. We'll continue watching this, but in the lead up to this, no women didn't come in there and like make fun of him, make fun of his height or anything. He kind of just
Flipped out.
yeah, he kind of hyped himself up about it, and then just like blew off all this tension he must have built up over the years or something. So let's keep watching.
Everywhere I go, I get the same fucking smirk with the biting lip. Shut your mouth. You're not
down.
God or my
Look
father.
out, okay, that guy
Yes, I'm
is
walking.
so short.
He's at the bicep height of this man.
Or that's just a really tall guy. But
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. We'll keep watching. I think it's good.
Dude,
Wait, hold on. We missed it. Go back a little bit.
Sounds like
There
we're
we go.
about.
Okay, look at the lady behind the desk and look at him.
Yep.
That guy is below.
He's just
5
short.
foot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He is mega short.
He's tiny. He's an LP,
Yeah.
maybe. All right, let's keep playing it.
outside? You want to step outside?
Catch me
Huh?
outside.
I'm not scared of you, pal. You shut up, too. Go ahead and attack me, big.
This kid is
Oh my god. I wanted bagels.
Jesus!
Took him down and mounted him on the floor.
Wait, did you hear
Wow.
her? Did you
That
hear
girl,
her?
I just wanted bagels.
Yeah, I just want my bagels.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I'd
actually.
say.
Wanted
Yeah.
bagels. I just wanted
Yeah, if you rewind it a little.
Wait, my question
I just want
isn't
bagels.
that that guy could actually, press charges on that other guy?
Yeah, he could, because
He made first contact.
first contact. Yeah, that's an assault.
That's hurtful feelings.
Are you talking about the first dude that?
No. The guy that bull rushed him and knocked him on the ground.
Yeah.
That guy made first contact. That guy never touched him beforehand.
That's true.
That was unwarranted. That guy could
Yeah.
go to jail.
The short guy did make physical contact with the other guy though. He was
Well-
like
True.
brushing into it, like he was like puffing his chest into his stomach. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was kind of like they could probably brush that one off in court. But like that other guy, nope.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I was running and I fell.
I mean, he didn't. To be fair, well, like, yeah, he shouldn't have done it, but he did. He didn't like start punching him and shit like you usually see in videos like this. He did just like kind of pin him down on the ground. So I don't think
Yeah.
there was any like harm done to him except his ego, which clearly is already in the shitter.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think about that, DJ Fizz?
honestly, like the only thing that was going through my mind that whole time, and I don't know why. It's just that, man, why is this being filmed vertically?
Okay. You got a
That's the-
point.
Oh, yeah.
There needs
Like,
to be a movement, and people need to be aware. I would think
They're
people.
probably
Go for it.
they're probably recording it on like Snapchat and they just saved it and
Oh,
uploaded
that's-
it.
Probably.
that would sense actually. Yeah.
Fuck. Well, yeah, I can't help but think that not a lot of people know like taking like videography or anything. So I can understand people not knowing right off the bat to film like horizontally. But then everyone like watches content, right? And I don't think
Yeah.
anybody enjoys watching vertical content like in a widescreen format. So you would think them hating watching it would then in turn mean they would learn to not film it themselves. At least that's how it worked
Yeah.
for me. Is like I always film horizontal because I hate watching vertical videos. So it's a bizarre.
Yeah, but you got to think we're in the minority by a long shot of people who watch
Yes.
content like this on computers. 98% of content's consumed through phones or like iPads.
Yeah, but on
Yeah.
YouTube, when you
Right.
watch a video on your phone on YouTube, do you just
It's
leave
still-
it like vertically? No, you turn it to the side so it full screens. It's the same for on iPads, and people watch YouTube and content on their TVs, their smart TVs. So I still
Doesn't-
feel like
Doesn't uploading now to YouTube already auto format it to sideways, or does it keep it as?
What it does is it'll take the vertical video, but somehow it'll like take the same video and
It
play
compre-
it compressed horizontally.
Okay,
sort of.
okay. So they just
in the
stretch it. They
background.
compress and
Yeah.
stretch. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not optimal. And also Snapchat, fuck Snapchat, all right? Because
Wow.
the video quality when
Damn.
they compress it, it makes videos so much worse. We have such good cameras in our freaking pockets, and still these world star type videos look terrible.
Well,
I thought
that's
we'd be
the thing.
past that.
I don't understand it either because, like, my girlfriend, when she wants to take a picture of herself or something, she demands it be on Snapchat. And I go,
Right.
"What? Why do you want it on Snapchat?" She goes, "It's so
she wants-
easier." And I was like, "No, it's not."
It
She
looks
wants the
bad,
filters.
especially
It's
on
not even-
Android phones.
Yeah, I have no clue why people are so connected to it.
That's
Yeah.
Like at any point, if they wanted to turn Snapchat into a paid-for, subscription-based product,
Oh, they could.
They make money.
the
Yeah,
way
if
would
they
the
wanted to make
band together.
filters. If
And
you had to
make
pay
people-
50 cents a filter.
oh my god!
So I want to tell you guys a story about that. Actually, I tried to make a DJ Fizz like geo filter type
Mhm.
thing.
Wait, for like
And-
your house? Like,
Yeah,
where would it
no,
be?
that
Yeah,
shit,
like,
doesn't
it
it
would-
cost a lot?
Yeah, back when I lived right beside the high school. I
Mhm.
looked it up, and to have it span from my house clear to the other end of the school was $5,000.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's-
gosh.
We were looking into that when I was in leadership. We were looking into doing something for like the freshman day,
Wow.
and it was a god awful number.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
So wait,
I
does
thought
that
it'd
mean-
be like $10.
Yeah, because the school had like a Richland Bombers thing. Was that?
Geofilter,
Did they pay
yeah.
for that?
They
Yeah.
must have, but I don't know
Yeah.
how long those filters last. Do they get to keep them for a year? I don't know how that all works, but I
How-
remember it was a lot.
I know that there was like a 30-day setting, a 90-day setting, and then a year-long setting.
Whew.
I don't know if they've changed it by now, but when I looked, that's what it was. They had 1 month, 3 month, 1 year.
Okay.
Wow.
But could it be that it's a public place where people gather? So maybe Snapchat, because I think that feature for people to buy them is mainly for like events. So maybe
Yeah.
because it was a public place, because anytime you go to a public place, that people will be taking a lot of pictures, and I'm sure they
Yeah.
expect high schoolers to take a lot of pictures. It's in their best interest to have some sort of geo filter so that, like, you
Yeah.
have something to post about, and you can post on like the geolocation like story, So
Yeah.
I bet maybe the school was just giving it, honestly.
Must be
maybe.
nice.
For like an educational type basis or something.
Yeah.
That could be. Yeah.
Just because it's a public space with a lot of people, I think
Yeah.
that would warrant them to get a free one. I don't know exactly how it worked. I designed one for the Bombers and submitted it, and that wasn't. We didn't have to pay anything for that, so I'm not sure if that's connected in any way. It didn't get accepted, by the way, because apparently I suck. But
Yeah. Ugh.
no, actually, it was a copyright reason. Hey,
Oh.
which the other Snapchat thing, I believe one of them had the Richland Bomber logo in it, so I don't know why mine got flagged and that one snuck through.
Maybe because that one claimed it as its own, so yours wouldn't be able to. I don't know.
Maybe, or
Yeah, I can see that.
maybe the girl Kylan who submitted it, maybe she just sucked some Snapchat dick. That's also possible.
Yeah. Or it got lost, and she's like, I forgot. Where'd
Dude,
it go?
She still gloats about it too. She comes back, she's like, "Oh my god, they still have my geo filter," and it kind of pisses me off because I want my filter to be there. Because hers
Nice.
is not that good.
Could you imagine if that is your like lifelong achievement? You come back to Richland High 20 years later, and you're like, "Oh my god, they still got my geo filter."
Yeah, she would be the kind of person to do that.
All right, Quinn, I want to ask you something. Back to the bagel video. What would you do if you were there? All right, because you're obviously you work out. You know, you're a somewhat tall guy. What are you like 6'1"? Are you 6'1"?
Somewhat
Yeah.
tall.
Roughly.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're about 6'1", like buff ass dude, right? This dude fucking.
Quentin's not buff ass dude.
I know. No, but
Nice.
he does work out. Okay, so would you, assuming that this dude that tackled the midget, isn't like 8 feet tall, right? I'm guessing he's just like a standard height man, and it's just the
What?
perspective of the video. Would you intervene at all, or would you just like sit back and eat your bagel?
It's
and
not my
enjoy the
business.
show?
If I get involved, then I'm gonna have to show up to court.
Yep, that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I let those two figure it out. You know.
Really? I would.
I'll
love
get
to
my
see
bagel
you.
and I'm out of there.
I would love to see you like hop on top and then like pick that guy up, and then the little dude would like start fighting at him as you're trying to pull the guy away. Oh, I think it'd
Yeah.
make for a much better video.
Oh,
Dude,
Nick, now I have to ask you a question.
Oh no.
Why did you ask Quentin what he would do? You're over here asking Quentin.
Oh,
You
I
got
should
those-
have asked the offensive football lineman. You are right.
That's right.
Ben, does
That's
that
right.
Ben, what would you do?
6'2", 250 pound. You know what? I'd probably go order another bagel, and I'd like step right over that guy, and I'd say, "Can I get extra cream cheese? Thank you very much."
Yep. See?
Yo, have you seen that Vine where these two dudes are like fighting at a Waffle House, and he's like, "Can I get a waffle?"
please?
Yeah,
Would
yeah.
that
I see
be
that,
you?
like smacking her head in the goddamn thing, and she's like, "Can I just get another waffle? I just want to order." Yeah, that would
That'd
be
be
me.
you.
Nice.
Can I get a bagel?
I'm ready for another one. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Bagels are like so good, to be honest. Though
Get the fuck out of here.
I fucking
I think
love
bagels,
bagels.
are the plainest thing in existence.
Oh,
Thank you.
Get
I
some
agree.
toast or
Wow.
something. Bagels are no.
Did you just
I
say
could do-
toast?
Like cinnamon raisin bagels.
Dude,
Those are good.
toast-
Blueberry
Toast
bagels.
is amazing.
You
Wow.
like toast but not bagels? They're both
Yeah.
they're the same goddamn thing.
They're not, no.
no.
Let's stop you right there.
If you have if you have toast that's toasted well, I guess that's what toast is, and then you put
Wow.
put butter on it, and then you put like butter on it, and it sinks into the bread.
Yes.
Now, does a
It's
bagel?
all just bread. You can toast a bagel and do the same thing, and it'll taste the same way.
No,
No,
but a
it
bagel
won't.
is like thicker, and it's like it doesn't sink in as well,
It's
and
so-
then it's just like
so
the
dry.
bread to butter ratio like isn't there. You'd have to pile so much butter on it.
Yeah.
Like I just think toast is such a better thing. What's your argument? Defend yourself.
What?
Defend yourself, Ben.
Bagels are they're the all-time greatest. Ben DeZemmer, you got me on this one.
I have known
All-time
you
greatest?
for like 4
No.
years, and I don't think once have I heard you talk about bagels or seen you eat one.
I think
Okay,
you like
because-
scones more.
Hold on.
It's not like a thing that you talk about. You're not like, oh, I really love bagels. I fucking love bagels. Like, who's like, yo, bro, guess what? I fucking ate a bagel today. Like,
All right, but I have.
I've known you
stayed
for
at your
4
house.
years, and
I'm
I've
a-
never heard you say, oh, I could really use a fucking piece of toast right now. Oh,
No, he does talk about
Excuse
the
you.
Dairy Queen buttered toast a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's fucking.
I
good.
want to say that when I was in my senior year, I almost every day brought toast from home to my government class because it was right after lunch.
Oh hell yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, dude. My babysitter taught me this when I was in like 2nd grade. All right. She was this like old poor woman, but she had the best recipes, right? It was called sugar toast. You might have had it, where you like.
Oh, I
you,
love sugar
yeah,
toast.
you get toast to where it's in that to where the butter sinks in really nice, and then you
And then you
sprinkle
put
sugar
cinnamon
on
and
top
sugar.
of it.
Mm.
Yeah, you can add cinnamon too.
Yeah, I used to have that like every day for breakfast.
Oh my gosh! If you are listening and you haven't tried this, you haven't fucking lived, because it is so cheap and it's so quick and easy to do. And oh my god, you will orgasm on the spot. I guarantee it.
I guess I haven't lived then.
Yeah, you haven't lit. After this podcast, I need you to go do that. If you have the
Right.
ingredients.
I'm
All it
not
takes-
hating on toast. I'm just saying I think bagels are just as good or better.
I'm not hating on bagels, but they suck.
No.
Wow.
That's literally the definition of hating on bagels.
I know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to agree to disagree there on that one, bud. Since we're talking to Zumba over here,
Well, no. Since we're talking about toast, I just want to know if you remember the time that you burnt my grilled cheese sandwich.
That's the best
When
kind
did
of
I
grilled
burn your
cheese.
I remember making my grilled cheese and it was superior to your grilled cheese, but I
No,
do
no.
not remember me burning.
Quentin
yours.
agrees with me. My grilled cheeses are superior.
You had some pretty good grilled cheese.
No, they were
I
it
can
was-
beat it.
too much cheese and butter. I didn't like it.
Too much
You-
cheese. No
You
such thing.
okay? I
Okay.
use the same amount of butter, but you know, as you, it's just different forms of butter. So you got salty.
Okay, this is an unfair comparison because I was out of my element, okay, when I made my grilled cheese at your house, because I didn't know where the fuck the pans were. I didn't know what kind of butter you had. I was just using it was like I was on my survival instincts, okay? I was
Okay,
just trying
whatever.
to make the best grilled
cheese,
cheese I
not grilled
could with the
cheese.
stuff I
All
had, but
right.
it wasn't what
All
I was
right,
used to.
you're done.
We're done with
back
grilled
on.
cheese.
All
We're
right.
back on the topic
My
now.
rant's-
All
my
right,
rant's done.
DJ Fizz.
So,
All right, I have noticed
what
that
have you noted?
it sounds like you have an accent.
Yeah.
Do you have an accent?
Yes.
What is the accent?
British.
Oh, right. No, I dead ass think you have some kind of an accent or something, because it doesn't sound. Sometimes you say things like, and they don't sound like
Human.
the other things that people say.
Say the word rear.
I don't even think I can.
What?
Rear.
What?
Rear.
Okay, so there you go. So either do you have is that just the way you've talked your entire life, or what is that?
Yeah, that's just how I've talked my entire life. I was diagnosed with a speech impediment for my R's, actually.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
there's that. But no, I've been told I have a British accent, so I'm just like, all right, cool. Because I don't hear it, but everyone says I do, so I'm just like, okay, I have.
I know.
one.
I see what you're saying, because sometimes British people roll their R's or have like a weird
That's true.
W type sound to their
Yeah.
words.
Dude,
Yeah,
does
I was-
anybody else in your family have that?
No, actually.
You're the only one? Okay. I thought it
The
would have
only
maybe like your parents
Hereditary?
had something and then you just kind of caught on to it when you grew up.
No,
Or it was something like that. Okay.
I'm just an oddball.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Nothing wrong with it. So continuing on, I want to get into some personal stuff. All right, we're going to slow
Ooh,
things
wow.
down. We're going to get real personal. All right?
Okay.
We're going to talk
Alright.
about sexuality. All right? Because there has been an interesting storyline that is arose actually in the last, what is it, probably 12 hours. Actually, no,
Has
it's
it?
probably a little more than that. But, so
don't think
you
I-
actually, would you like to explain it? What happened on Snapchat?
There's not really anything to explain, really. Just some close friends knew that I was bisexual, and that, I decided it's time to reveal myself.
Yeah, no. Did you post that on your public DJ Fizz story, or was that just your friends
No.
only story?
But that was my friends only story.
Oh,
See,
okay.
I don't even have the DJ Fizz story. I thought that story was the personal, or no, sorry. I thought your personal story was that story. But then I'm not following the DJ Fizz story, so now I gotta go follow your other one, because
No, it's hold on.
It's the same account, right? It's
it's the same account. Yeah, it's the exact same account. It's just, all my friends they won't know the difference unless I'm not friends with them on Snapchat.
Okay.
So if you're friends with me, if I put on the public or the friends only one, it won't show a difference to you guys. It's just the only difference is if somebody who's not one of my friends swipes up on something and they want to send me a chat, I won't receive it because they're not friends with me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a good
the
way to
only
do it, though.
difference. Yeah.
I think that was smart. So with like your sexuality thing, I know you haven't told your parents. Are you planning to do that soon, or like what's the whole? Do you think they'll take it well too? Are they open to that sort of thing?
I don't know how they'll take it, and I'm not even sure, honestly. I'm obviously going to at some point, but I'm not sure if it's going to be sooner or later.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know my parents, like, I don't think they're, like, against gay people, but they also, like, aren't super supportive of it either, so that'd be really weird if I was in that situation, because I'm trying to put myself, like, in your shoes, and honestly, I wouldn't even want to tell my parents, just because, like, it's my business sort of thing, but then, I mean, if it's the sort of thing that, you know, you're going to get married to, like, someone of the same gender, you know, then that's kind of where, I mean, you kind of got to tell them, like...
Yeah.
Unless you're like not close with your parents. Did I hear?
So when we're talking about this, are you afraid to tell your parents because you don't know how they're going to react because of what's happened in the past, or are you thinking that, you know, that's not going to matter when you tell them?
Honestly, I think I'm not afraid to tell them. It's just more of a nervousness, you know, rather than a fear.
Okay.
I
get
feel
it.
you
That's
there.
a good thing to like try to discuss with your parents.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm not that close with my parents. It'd be really hard for me to like explain that to them personally. Like Quentin, I know
Yeah.
you're like closer to your parents than I am to mine.
Yeah.
What do you think if you were to like come out to them? How would you go about it?
I don't know. I'd probably talk to my mom first.
Do you think? I mean, I think your parents would be accepting of it, but
Yeah.
I think your dad would make a lot of jokes though.
Yeah. I agree.
I think your dad would make a meme out of it, but that's
yeah,
also.
I think there'd be like a weird adjustment period to it, but I think also they'd realize like I'm just the same person still.
Would you treat the relationship as you treat your current relationship? Because like, you know, you bring Clara home, you go up to your room and stuff. Would you still do those things if it was with a guy? Would you
What
still
changes?
you'd still do that?
Yeah.
Because I think my parents, they'd be like, okay, like you're gay or bi, like that's cool, I guess. But if I brought a guy home or something, then they'd be like shut her down or something. They'd be really uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's about how mine would react.
Is your grandmother the same way?
I feel like she because she makes comments just about characters on a TV show.
Oh, well, you know what? I think all the older generation does, because like my grandma, she's like old school Mormon, and
Oh no.
That's the worst kind of Mormon.
she says like a lot of things that are very questionable.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
You know, like several times we'll like be sitting down at dinner and talking about it, and she'll be like, "Your grandfather would roll over in his grave if he saw the way the world was right now."
All the gay people parading in the street.
Yeah, 'cause she's like, I just wanted to be watching TV, and I had to see these two dudes make out, and I didn't sign up for that. And I mean, you know what? People can have their own, what's it called, opinion of how they feel about it, you know? But, I mean, at times, you know, if you know you are against it or you're not, at the same time you have to be accepting at a certain level, because you know what, this is just the way the world is at this point, because it was different then, and guess what, it's 2019 and everything's different, everything's changing. You know, you can have your own thoughts and opinions when you're in your own house, but as soon as you go outside, you know, you kind of have to think before you do, unless you just literally don't care, and then, you know, whatever happens.
That's why I
Yeah.
think the don't ask, don't tell policy with the military is like a really good thing, because it doesn't affect the military. Like a service member's sexuality, it really doesn't affect them at all. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good mentality to take into like your own life. Like if it doesn't affect you, there's no sense in fighting it, because you're fighting an uphill battle, and it's just honestly a waste of your energy, because it's just honestly it is like a movement, and it has a ton of traction, and so nothing's gonna stop it at this point. So
Exactly.
I think grandparents are just like wasting their energy, or just people in general that fight it. Luckily my grandparents aren't that way. I thought it'd be funny, honestly, to have like that racist grandparent, just because it'd be very entertaining, but no, mine are pretty mellow.
So, Jordan, now that you've come out, how long would you say you've known?
I guess basically, if I was to think back, there's always been some sort of inkling there, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you were just, you know, at recess, you know, it's kind of like. I mean,
How far back are we going?
That was a bad. Okay, that was bad.
Wow.
All right, let's just say middle
Long
school.
time ago.
Let's just say middle school. Like everybody's out in the yard, and you know.
In the locker room.
Yeah. So like, yeah. Okay. Sorry. You know what? Let's just get down to it. When you're in the locker room, would you be like, "Damn, that's a good-looking guy," you know? Or was it just kind of low key? You were just,
I'm sorry.
yeah, like you know, how did you
What sparked the
react or get through that, I guess?
Oh, I just ignored it.
So you ignored the feeling that you had.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just
And then
yeah.
and at this point now in your life, you're just like, fuck it, let it ride.
Yeah.
Let it ride.
Nice.
That's an interesting
That's
way to
one
phrase
way
it.
to put it. Yeah.
Nice. Well, you know what? I am happy for you, and I'm glad that you feel comfortable enough. Go ahead and do this, and you have a strong support system that will support you through this adventure in your life.
Yeah, no, it definitely
Yeah.
sucks, like sharing, like feeling, or I mean, withholding like feelings
Yeah.
and not showing like your real self. So like,
Yeah.
that's really like admirable that like you finally came out and just kind of put your foot down and owned it, because it's hard to have the courage to do that. So did it
Yeah.
really start that early, like in middle school, or would you say, you know, because I wasn't even thinking about that sort of thing personally in middle school. Like I didn't understand it really.
Well, it's been there, but I never really started thinking about it like fully until about like last year, actually.
Last year. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you had any relationships? Any secret relationships? We're getting to the dirt. This is TMZ 2.0. All right.
100% all the time.
Yep.
100%, 100% of the time.
Exactly.
I have had secret relationships, but not like that.
Nothing sexual.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant me.
And I honestly I wouldn't even call them relationships because they were like 3 days.
So
Really?
what? It was just like a 3-day, like you're having a really good time with this person, kind of a.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're feeling out the vibe, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. I'm not really a dating expert, so I'm gonna turn to Quentin, who is the he is the expert
Resident.
He's our sexpert of the
Right.
podcast.
That was hurtful.
Yo, can we put that as his?
That's his. That's your new title as co-host, the sexpert on the podcast.
Right.
Perfect.
I
Perfect.
love it.
All right, I don't know where I was going with that. Honestly, we didn't need any advice. Let's talk to Quentin though.
No,
Quentin,
Quentin's going to the bathroom.
is he actually?
Yeah, he just left.
Perfect.
Yeah, you can ask. I'm here.
Ben.
Zumba. Zumba hasn't said a damn word this whole
All
time.
right.
I say words.
Oh my ass! You ripped in there. You had a fat question, then you ripped out of there again.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got pissed
My
about
bad.
bagels and then pieced back out. All right. So
My bad.
we're gonna talk about Ben, your job. All right.
What about
We're
my
gonna get
job?
straight into it.
My
Okay.
occupation.
That's a great segue.
Okay. For those who don't know, Ben over here, he is going to college, but to make money on the side during the summer, he's actually recently taken up a job as a window salesman. Now, when I say that, you might think like, oh, like he works at an office where they like, supply for home builders. No, he's a door-to-door window salesman, and this is where my confusion starts. Okay, because if someone came up to my door and they were like, hey, I know you got your perfectly good house here, but I would like to sell you $25,000 worth of windows to full replace your entire house set of windows. I would be like, get off my property. I don't care. I'm gonna go back to playing video games. And I
Okay,
would sick my
windows
dog after
go
you, okay?
bad over time.
Okay, yeah. So give me your spiel of why this is an effective. This is a market. Why does this exist?
Like windows go bad over time. Like a lot of houses here where we live were built in the 70s, so they have aluminum windows, which are no longer up to code, and like they let a lot of heat and cold in, and then like since aluminum's a heat and cold conductor, they let that the two air comes together, like the hot and the cold comes together, and it creates moisture, which then creates mold in your windows, which nobody wants a mold in their windows.
That's right.
So wait, when you say aluminum window, are you talking about like there's aluminum where it seals on the edges?
Yeah, like the frame is made out of aluminum.
Okay. And so
And
the
these
pro-
are your Phantismo windows?
Yes.
Yep.
No,
All right.
no.
So the benefit of your windows is the frame, really. It's not the window itself, or is there also
No,
more to
it's
it?
both. There's different types of windows. There's like double pane, single pane. I don't exactly know how to describe our window type. I know the frame that it's built out of is a special composite that they made.
That they
that
made
they
it?
did.
Like they researched and
like the
developed,
company.
or
Like the company has their own research and developed frame made out of a certain type of. They call it Fibrex.
Okay.
is this a big company, or is this like a local venture?
Anderson is a big company.
So are
Oh,
you
they-
like a subbed out person, like a sub
So-
out?
Renewal by Anderson is who I work for, is the subdivision of Anderson Windows, but we're the replacement division, so we just replace windows. We don't sell windows to like new construction and
So
stuff.
you don't even sell windows. You're just selling people the opportunity to hear more information about why their windows could be bad.
Yeah,
Oh.
I go to doors, and I try and set up appointments for our salesmen to go there, and like see if they actually need any work done, and they give them a price for their new windows.
Okay, so you're more like educating the public rather than actually handling the sale. Okay.
Yeah, I just get our DC or our design consultant to go there and give them like a rundown of what we do, and then like how much it would cost for them to replace a certain
Okay.
amount of windows or doors.
So what's like the typical reaction when you go up to a door and you tell them you're a Windows salesman? Like, how does that interaction go? Are they like just peeking one like ear out of the door, like not wanting to fully talk to you most of the
It
time?
really
or
depends. Like, we'll knock on the door, and we have their name. Like, we know their name we have little iPads we carry around. We know their name. Knock on the door, we're like,
wait, so you have
It's
like
public
a
knowledge.
neighborhood of names?
It's
Yeah,
public knowledge.
it's
They
all
look up
public.
They look up the address, and then they have whoever owns the address or is making payments on the address. It's public
Yeah.
knowledge.
So
I
they-
had the same thing when I was a telemarketer.
Yep,
Yeah.
same thing.
So they
It's
swing
all
the door
public
open,
knowledge.
and you're like, "Hey, Sharon."
No.
Would you-
I'm like,
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Bus. I'd like to speak to you about your windows.
I'm
Oh,
like,
And they say no.
so we have a a skeleton of a script that we're supposed to kind of go by, and it's like you say your name, you're like, "Hey, I'm Ben. I'm hoping that you're Mr. Bus or something," and they're like, "Yeah." And then you're like, "Okay, I'm here with Renewal by Anderson of Anderson Windows." And we like ask if they heard of us. If they haven't, we give them a small rundown of what we are, and then we just try and sell them into getting an appointment to like get a consultation on how much new windows would be. A lot of the time, it's just no, not interested. Not interested. Some people are like really rude. They just look out their window, shake their head, and walk away.
They're just like, nah, bitch. Do you honor the no soliciting signs?
Yeah, we do.
You do? Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Or at least our company does. Some people don't, but like we're trained not to go to those. And if like they're over 80, we're not supposed to go to them either, because like a lot of the times people over the 80 are not in their right mind.
That's true. They're not like mentally.
So like we don't try and like if somebody like we go to a house and somebody had like dementia, and then we get them to buy $25,000 worth of windows, and the next day they're like, "What the fuck? I bought windows."
when the shipment comes in and they're like, "We're here to fix your window." What?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a bad
and
situation.
although we also don't leave right after the first no. If somebody's like, "No, not interested," we're trained to rebuttal.
Bro.
Like I have a list of rebuttals.
Let me
like, if they
say, fuck you. I
What?
hate when people do this. We get them all the time with like carpet cleaners and shit. Those are the ones that come to my old house. All right,
It's
they'll
not
come
my
in. We'll be like,
fault.
no, we're not interested. And they're like, but it's organic. And then they just keep pushing. And it's like, come on, I don't want your carpet cleaners or your windows. Do people
Well,
get like
like-
offended when you keep pushing?
Sometimes like this one time, this one little lady that I knocked on. I was with Santos while we knocked. I said, "Hey, my name's Ben. This is Santos. Are you Mrs. Williams or whatever her name was?" And then she was like, "Yeah, but I'm not really interested." And I was like, "We're trained to say, we're like, oh, this will only take a few minutes." And then she's like, "I have company. I'm not really interested." And after a second no, we're supposed to keep pursuing.
Oh god.
After the second no.
That sounds
Pull
so
out a gun.
scummy.
That sounds
And
really
then-
scummy. Yeah.
True.
No
Yeah,
means
no,
no.
she was like, "No." Eventually she was like, "I have company. It's not a good time." And I was like, "Okay, sorry
we
to bother
goddamn
you."
know she didn't have a company.
No, she did. She has a car in her driveway from Oregon. At least I'm pretty sure she had company.
It was probably just her husband.
But like my boss,
Second husband.
he sometimes he
record.
said to me in the interview, he goes like, "Sometimes I stay till like the fifth no."
Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
I would shoot them.
Yeah, at that point,
But-
I'm closing the door on you. Like, that would just infuriate me. I hope you.
Some
you,
people are really nice though. Some people are like, "Hey, I'm not interested, but like, I know it's hot out there, so if you want like a cold water, I can get you one." Or like sometimes they have really nice cars in their driveway, so we'll just talk to them about their cars. We'll be like, "Hey, we're selling windows, blah blah blah. No, we're not interested. Hey, I also really like this car. Is it yours?"
That's actually really good. They taught us a little bit about. So for my job,
Rapport.
obviously I'm a photographer. So yeah, you build like rapport and you like establish a relationship before you even get into the business of what you're trying
Yeah.
to do, and it makes people a lot more comfortable, and they're way more likely to go along with whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
So I mean that's actually good. You kind of, I like your windows. They look good. And then you try to sell them new windows.
No.
Or maybe don't compliment the windows.
Oh, I love the Lambo. Does it need new windows?
We're
Oh
supposed
yeah,
to
do you
say
guys just do
like,
houses or like
yeah, we do houses. Only houses.
you don't do
Oh.
cars or anything?
No, we don't replace car windows.
Do you have any like sort of tinted windows or like one-way windows, any of that stuff? Because I would love to make my house like all one-way windows. Where it's
You
like
can
a
pay.
mirror on
You
one
can pay
side.
like a car tinting company to come out and they'll do it for you.
To make one-way windows?
No,
We
not
have-
one-way windows, but tinted windows. Like
We
they'll
have
construct
different
your
types of
house.
windows.
No. I think I
But,
want
like-
one-way windows to be honest.
Yeah.
Right.
So no one can.
Well,
see
that's
into my
what
house.
the dental office has. We have one ways.
Yeah, those are cool as shit though.
Oh, it does.
Mhm. Yeah,
Hell yeah,
When
you're
you
gonna
drive
sit
by, you can't see in.
That's true. I would hate if like someone was like
Yeah.
in their car and just staring at me as I'm getting my teeth drilled.
Yeah.
That'd be a little awkward. Give me a second. We're gonna edit that out. The
What?
pause. No, I mean this pause.
This is a good time for a little ad break.
Yeah, caught me off guard. Sponsored by SeatGeek. Use code DJ Fizz to give him money. I don't know. Okay. Now we're gonna move on to Quentin because Quentin went to the bathroom last time I tried to ask him something.
Man, I really got to feel like I'm going to the bathroom again.
Yeah, you ain't gonna dodge all these questions forever. All right, so after the summer, you and Ben D are getting
An
I'll call it a house together,
apartment.
but you're getting an apartment together.
Yep.
So I wanted to talk to you guys because we actually haven't talked about it too much, like personally.
Sure.
What are your plans for the house? I know Ben wants to get a big fish tank or something.
Hell yeah.
But then what
His
what
dumb
plans do you
saltwater
have?
fish tank.
Plans like what?
Like, so are you trying to get a dog right off the bat? Like, what's your first few
No.
orders of business? You trying to set up like a movie room, a gaming room?
No.
What are your plans that you're gonna do in this apartment that you weren't able to do at the dorm?
How? Apartment.
It's a 3-bedroom.
It's a
Oh.
3-bedroom
Okay.
apartment.
That's pretty good.
Every room has its own bathroom.
Yeah.
The only thing that the 3 tenants will share is like a kitchen area and a washer and dryer. Everything
Mhm.
else you can have in your room.
Shoot, do y'all already got a third tenant?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's for school. It's for school in Ellensburg.
Yeah.
Oh. Shoot.
So
Yeah.
do you have
Going
any?
to Denver. Get out.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
what?
Wait a minute. You're like,
Well, I might come back in a few months.
I don't know. I don't really have anything that I like really need or want to do to it.
you're not gonna get
Like I'm
Yeah,
just
they're
gonna
pretty
move my
nice.
stuff into it. They're really nice apartments already. I'm thinking maybe we'll all like throw our computers into the living room a night, a
Yep.
couple nights, and
Ran it up.
have a fun land, or we can watch movies together. I feel like cooking for everybody will be fun. Like
Ooh.
I want to cook breakfasts on Saturday. I feel like that'd be fun just to cook for everyone.
I'll cook a dinner. I'm really
Sound-
good at cooking dinner.
Yeah, sounds
Are
good.
you?
I'm gonna bring a coffee pot. I hope Ben gets into hunting with me. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I only have 4 modules left for
I'm
my
proud of you.
my thing. I know.
Let's see if I can get Jared into it, but he's a little tight on money right now. But
So when you say 4 modules, is that like chapters in your?
So yeah, so the way the hunting license works, you can either go sit through. What'd you say it was, a week long?
yeah,
In-person
class,
class.
in-person class.
And it is probably the most stale shit you've ever heard in your entire life.
it's terrible.
But if you do it online, you have to sit through 16 separate modules. Each module has like 5 to 7 like different topics, and then there's 4 to 5 pages of info per topic. Okay, that sounds like a lot, and you could blow through that. But they have a timer at the end of every slide, so you have to
Yeah.
wait a minute and 15 or 2 minutes and 30 seconds or whatever per. So basically, you just sit here and have to wait for the timer to count down. So it takes forever.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not gonna do that. Luckily, I don't have to worry about it. Yay, I'm alone.
Yeah, for 5 more years.
South Carolina.
4 more years, then I'm making you go through it.
That's true. I do want to come back and I'll move into the gaming apartment.
Nice.
I'll
Oh,
be
well, we
that
can
third
share a
gen.
house in the future. I'd be down.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
That's what
so
my parents
fun.
did. Is they bought they bought a cheap starter home and then with a 3-bedroom and then shared it with friends, who all paid rent, and then like eventually kicked their friends out when they're ready to start a family. Sounds like
Nice.
fun to me.
Yeah, that is a good method. Although,
Yeah.
yeah, we'd have to talk about it more when it gets closer. Cause part of me wants to like start working towards a house. Optimally, I want to just get married, like like tomorrow, and then
Like tomorrow.
and then,
Wow.
And then the BAH from the military, it would be paying off my mortgage for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
And so then that's like free
Better buy a
like
big
a
house.
free
bud.
investment, basically, paid for by the
Better buy-
military.
Better buy a big house.
Yeah, so I'm like losing out on a potential investment right now, but
Find you a nice military thotty and
There you
lock
go.
that shit down.
dude, I was trying to find one at the water festival on
Oh
Friday
God!
night. I was out there. I had my Hawaiian shirt on.
Oh,
I had
my
matching
God.
shorts. I had brand new tennis shoes, dude. I was
No.
looking good.
Yeah,
My hair
I'm
done. I
sure
had
you
my
did.
camera around my neck, looking like a photographer. It was good. And I know all the
Right.
bitches saw me up on stage with the VIP like photographer access. So they're like, "Oh shit, he is hot shit. He's got the hookups." That's what they were thinking, I'm sure. But no, I didn't. I think I left too early, is what it was. I just wanted to dip out of there and get food because I was starving. Didn't meet any honeys. There's a lot of. It was a good spot because it was a lot of like white South Carolina honeys. I don't know why. Like that whole event is just like all white people.
I love it.
Nice.
That's not saying anything racist because it was a water festival. I don't. It's just the trend.
What is a
okay?
water festival?
Yeah, what
Literally
is,
the
like-
only thing it had to do with water was that it was on the water. Like it was right on the shoreline. They have like this really
Oh.
nice shoreline park, with like a marina next to it. So it's like this really nice park and stuff. And they had like a whole concert stage set up and live acts and stuff. But yeah, there was a lot of young honeys. Although I will say it's hard to distinguish which ones are like 17 and 16 and which ones are like 19. Like it's really
Man.
hard to tell.
Yeah.
And I don't want to ask. That's weird.
How old are you?
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
don't want to like spend all that time like, building rapport to just to
Do not even use that right
I'm
now.
gonna use that term here. Yeah, I don't want to like, get into it and make friends with this person and then realize they're 17 or 16 because then that's creepy on my part.
Then you have a really good friend for the next couple of years.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, then I have a case on me, an investigation. Love it.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do? How do you? I need some pointers here.
So honestly, my advice is find somebody, lock that down, and then date them for a really long time, and then you don't have to worry about that.
What? Yeah, if only it was that easy.
It was that easy.
All right. Sorry, I'm not a high school freaking lineman that is
Wow.
just varsity and gets all the babes.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
You know what? I wasn't varsity till the end. I had to put my years in.
All right, but you were varsity golf. That's what pulled Emily in, right?
That. Yeah, oh yeah.
She love the way you swing that stick.
Mm.
Everybody knows the hottest men in high school are the golfers.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like
That's a
Shane.
fact.
Oh yeah.
No.
Woo!
Okay, moving
I
on.
had
I
a
want to.
dream. I
All
had a
right,
dream
back
a
to
long
Fuzzy.
time ago that Shane was coming to Central and he was gonna live in Wilson.
All right, back to Fizz. We're done. We're done. Back to Fizz.
No, hold on. I actually had one more question for Quentin because we talked a
Alright.
little bit about the dental office and stuff, and this was one I had in my notes. All right, I want to touch on it. So you're going to school, right, to be a dentist, and you're a dental. You're an assistant right now. You're not a hygienist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I remember you brought this whole dentist thing up like years ago. I don't know how old we were, but I feel like it was probably like 8th grade or something.
Yeah.
Was when I first recall you saying like, "Oh, I want to be a dentist," and you said it was just for like the money, which yeah, it's like really good money. And I told my mom that because she asked about like, "Oh, your aspirations and stuff" in the car one time, and I said a dentist, and she instantly was like, "Oh my gosh, like, I mean, yeah, the pay's great, but like, could you really? I don't think I could work in someone's mouth and stuff." So as you got actually, your hands dirty, you became a dental assistant before you even went to college and stuff.
Yeah.
Has that attitude changed where like you kind of are, it's not like as appealing of a career path, or do you just like not mind like digging in people's mouth?
I mean, I've been hunting and like skinning animals since I was 6. And stuff like that doesn't bother me at all. I've got a pretty strong stomach.
So you're
And I like,
desensitized.
yeah, I'm pretty desensitized to it. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I like working with people all day, and I'm glad that my future profession won't be sitting behind a desk all day.
That's true. You are moving around, talking to people.
Yeah, it's a hands-on profession. I really like working with my hands. I'm always doing things like working on cars or vehicles, or we even used to crochet when we were younger.
And you stole my crochet business?
Right, I stole it. Didn't we work together on that?
No.
We were on yeah, we did. We were on the same team.
No. No.
Here it comes.
All right. Nick's triggered again. Okay. This is worse than bagels, though. This goes way back. All right.
Right.
We're having like this like fair. So our school had this fake currency that you earned for like being a good student, I guess, or being a good kid. You earn this currency throughout the year, and then at the end of the year, there was like this trade show or whatever, where we were supposed to set up our own little booths and make our own products. And so you could like sell snow cones or whatever. You could sell candy, whatever, and you would use this currency. And so I remember just before that, I got into like crocheting from my aunt, and I started crocheting. I would take 2 fabrics, and I thought of this all by myself. I was so proud of myself. I would take 2 of the different colors, and I would like crochet them as if they were one, and so it would create this like necklace with 2 colors in it. And I think it was for the Huskies or something. There was like a Husky game or something. And so I made a necklace and I wore it to school, and some people noticed it and they said it was cool, and including you. And so you asked if I could teach you, so I taught you to make these necklaces and how to crochet. Sounds really stupid, but I used to play with Barbie dolls, so this kind of makes sense. So I taught you how to make it, and I swear I already had a partner for this booth, and I established, okay, I'm going to make these necklaces and sell them because people liked them. So I went and bought like 9 different colors of yarn, and I started like making a shit ton of these necklaces, and I set up my booth, and then lo and behold, I swear I even told you, I was like, I'll show you how to make these, but you can't sell them at the thing because I'm doing that. And then
I didn't sell them at the thing, though.
I swear you sold them at the thing.
We did beanbag toss. I never sold them
swear your ass was selling them, and I was so butthurt. I was like,
I handed them out to people for free, but I didn't sell
Oh
them.
my god.
You undermined my whole business.
I'm just saying, I didn't sell them.
You fuck.
We had fat stacks.
Yeah, I wasn't making any money at this trade show, and I remember my partner too. He like abandoned me. We were supposed to switch
7
off.
cases of Mountain Dew or something.
Yeah, we were supposed to like alternate at the trade show, so like I could go shopping part of the time and spend my money. This motherfucker left for the entire time. I ended the trade show with all my money. I didn't have anything to show for it. And then everything was sold out and stuff. I literally just remember bawling, like as I'm cleaning up. I'm like folding up my blanket and like picking up all my fake cash and shit. And I'm just like crying, like Quinn fucking betrayed me. I hate that kid. I'm never gonna talk to him again. Like,
Right.
Quinn's betrayed you a lot.
I don't think I've ever shared that story with you too. I think I've just like bottled it up, and now I still hate you.
It's okay. Quinn's
Nice.
used to being left out of the group.
Yeah, this is just
I'm used to being left out.
subconsciously.
It's alright.
I just leave Quinn out now just for payback.
Wow.
Oh my god.
All right. We have any more questions for Fizzy Bear?
I think we covered all the bases.
Yeah.
I really think I'm glad we did this. I got to know the Fizzmeister a little bit better, and kind of understand where he's coming from now. Know a little bit more about his family life and his content. I think it's been a good podcast.
I would say after this that I respect what he's doing, and I respect it more than I did before because now I know that it's not all just I'm a YouTuber, but it's actually there is effort and you do care, and it's better than most people. So
Yeah, and I do commend you because you are really like diversifying or trying to diversify your like revenue by like setting up affiliate codes and merch and stuff. Like you are developing it like you would a brand. So I mean, you are doing more than like just some dude with a camera. And if it weren't for some of your limits, like in terms of like cash flow and stuff, like I think you could do a lot better if you had the money to.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think that's really your only hurdle at the moment.
Yeah.
Do you have any? Go ahead and you can plug your stuff, your social media. Where can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/DJ Fizz. You can tweet me at David Dobrik.
All right.
I don't think they can, but all right.
Yep.
You're
that's
right.
fine.
No, my Twitter and Instagram are both at DJ Fizz Official, and you can add me on Snapchat at Real Jordan Scott.
Right on.
All right, perfect. Well, you've been a great first guest for the podcast. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you dedicating this time to come in and talk to us. I think it'll be a learning experience for like your viewers too, honestly, because I don't think you've done a lot of content like this. So this will be good for everyone I think involved.
Oh, I do want to say something real quick though. So if any of y'all listening want to like learn video editing, reach out to Nick because he's the one who taught me like the important stuff for editing. Him
Nick's
and
a god.
another guy.
Nick's a god when it comes to editing.
That's why he went to the military to do what he does.
Military grade editor. Dude, that should be my title. when I sign up for like a job interview, I'll just put military grade video editor.
Put military grade in front of anything. Makes it sound cooler.
They do that like on commercials. I
Oh, yeah.
In my life now, yeah, they say like
Military grade steel.
I drive a
construction.
military grade Volkswagen.
Exactly. All right, I'm gonna do that, but go ahead and follow the podcast on whatever platform you're watching it on, whether it be iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. Oh,
And thank you for keeping it 100%.
Nice.
fucking damn it! He did it.
There it was.
All right. Go ahead and tune in next time for our podcast. Hopefully this will be live soon. Feel free to leave a comment. Let us know what you think we should do different, what you think we should improve, what you think we should cut. I'm open to all feedback. Much appreciated. And go ahead and have a good day.